Aloha. 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 God's girl in the building. God's girl in the building. I don't know, it's kind of... Most of my viewers are East Coasters. I know it's kind of late, but it's also the weekend. So I don't know, I'm going to wait a second or two to see if anybody comes in. And we can just look at my afro right now. Let's see how nice and big it is. I had to get some Hawaiian hair to get an official afro. When my hair was African, my afro didn't want to comply. Oh, y'all, wow, I'm so crazy. My African afro just did not want to comply. Daughter! What's up, daughter? But I am just loving my afro action right now. It's definitely agreeing with the island. The island is agreeing with me, and someone else posted at one point, I'm obviously agreeing with it. Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Should have been here. Should have never left. But anywho, this is God's Girl Unfiltered. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Hopefully it won't be such a long stretch between broadcasts next time, but your girl been on some chronicles. I am indeed the queen of them. Yes, I am. So this is how it is. But it's all good, because no chronicle comes without God first knowing that it was coming. And he already had a way in the chronicle, and sure enough, already got a way out. So I'm encouraged by that. I am totally too encouraged to be discouraged. Y'all like that? All right. Hashtag your neighbor and say, too encouraged to be discouraged. But anyway, I just wanted to come to y'all with a 6-month report. Yesterday, the 30th, marked exactly 6 months since I've been here. I returned on May 30th, 2017, and here I am 6 months later. And for all those that have caught previous broadcasts, and you know that I literally came, God said go, and I had $40 to my whole entire name, and I'm still here. I'm not living in a tent on the side of the road. Actually living in prime real estate. Yes. Are there challenges? Of course. And we will touch on some of those. But God. Yeah. I don't know what I was about to say, but God is what I need to say. Yes, there are challenges, but God. And I'm just at a place in my journey, in my walk with God, that, just after a while, maturity starts to set in. And you become less bent out of shape about things as they come, because you know that everything is not the enemy. A lot is, but everything is not. Sometimes a lot of the things that we experience is just to kind of uproot us and get us shifted to the next place. Sometimes we get too comfortable in one place, and God is saying, no, you got that place is for that purpose. Now it's time to shift. So a lot of the times, the challenges or chronicles or whatever problems that most people call them, they're really not that. Everything that we say is the devil is really not that. A lot of it is God just causing us to be uncomfortable so that we can be repositioned. Sometimes we got to be forced. Sometimes we have to be forced. Almost, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, The Croods. I wholly endorse this movie. The Croods totally depicts what I'm talking about right now. And I don't want to tell you the movie, but in a nutshell, they were forced to move. and they were forced to keep moving, and each move landed them in a bigger, better place. So please go watch that movie, and let's have some commentary about it later. So anyway, I want to again come and give you guys a 6-month report for anyone that's been somewhat following the journey. If you haven't been following, all the videos are logged on my Facebook page, so you can go to the video and catch up on the God's Girl Unfiltered movement, where we tell the good, the bad, and the ugly. This was just a platform God gave me to unfold, to give my testimony, past, present, current, whatever, so you can know that although the glory is on me and in me, and you see my life, you see me here, you see me there, anywhere anybody would want to be, but behind the scenes, real life still happens, but there's nothing that happens that I can't still glorify God and still be used and still walk in my purpose. Nothing is that severe. Nothing. Because the purpose for which God sent you into this earth is your primary anyway. So no matter what's going on, the purpose still remains. And everything that you need and that you want and that you desire should be wrapped up in your purpose and not just a selfish motive. But before I want to go any further, I do want to thank you who have come on. Thank you so much, and appreciate you for spending a little bit of time with God's Girl on tonight. And I just want to encourage you to tag, follow, share with your family. Oh my God, LaMel! LaMel! I miss you, LaMel. Look, we need to do some Honolulu shenanigans. Come on over. Ikomomai. Oh my God, LaMel. We gotta talk. Sidebar. We gotta talk. My people gonna call your people. Maybe you'll pick up the phone because I'm in a third world state. Like maybe because it's like an international call, because you sure didn't pick up the phone when I was local. So now that I'm international, maybe I'll be important enough for you to pick up my call. Let me stop. Shenanigans, you say. And then you have it. I'm just unfolding my life so that you can know that you can go through whatever you have to go through, but still glorify God and still represent and still look like Him and be like Him and do whatever He tells you to do. So anyway, I also want to apologize because I know most of you who follow look forward to, some beautiful scenery when I go live, but I didn't want to risk wind interruptions, even though I'm downtown and you'll probably hear everything under the sun on the other side of this window because the chronics are coming on out. The sun is down. When the sun goes down, the chronics come out. But I wanted to do it inside so that I can make sure I had a clear signal, because I didn't want you all to miss anything about what I'm going to share. So in any case, again, tag, follow, share with your family, your friends, show enough your enemies, because they need deliverance. So the 6-month report. I have full coverage. Dubai! Oh, that's my bucket list. Okay. All right, I will. I am so not focused right now. Dubai! Yes! 6-month report. What I have learned over these 6 months is that I have full coverage in the Holy Ghost. Yeah, I do. And I didn't recognize it immediately. When I first came here in May, I was like, I know. Literally, again, I hate to keep repeating this, but this is for somebody to receive and let it get in their spirit, because I know I'm not the only person that God is and has and will challenge this way. So whoever's for, I'm going to say it as many times as I need to so that we can both be encouraged. by the faithfulness of God. When I came here May 30th, 2017, on a one-way buddy pass, yes, full coverage. Hashtag your neighbor and say full coverage. On a one-way buddy pass from Norfolk, Virginia, I had no idea what all God had in store for me. For me, it was my season. It was my time to be blessed and to receive and to be served, because I'm always serving and giving, and that, I do my alms in secret. So, but the people that know me know that I am a relentless giver, even to the point that, sometimes God has to tell me, no, don't give. That's how critical it is. But, and I'm in that season now more than ever, because he sent me into this place to reap harvest. He sent me, cannot sow and plant in the same season. To all my givers, listen to me. You can't sow and reap. I said it wrong the first time. You can't plant, sow, and reap, harvest in the same season. You have to be doing one or the other. So in your harvest season, if you give it away and you're left empty and high and dry, guess what? You've lost that harvest. Not only did you lose it, you gave it away. So I just want to throw that in there. Be mindful of the time and the season that you're in, because you might have a harvest and it be harvest time, but you give it away because your heart just always wants to give, but God is not instructing you to give. It's not necessary all the time. Please be sensitive to that. I have lost out on several harvests because I just kept giving it. Nope, you have nothing to prove. God literally, as they say, knows your heart. You have nothing to prove. It's your harvest time, unapologetically. It is my harvest time. God sent me into this island, Oahu, the island of Oahu, Honolulu, Hawaii, to reap a harvest. In the natural, in the spirit, mentally, physically, financially, just in all areas, I am experiencing total rehabilitation and restoration. And it's, a process, but at the same time, it's happening. Because before I came here, the process was not happening. I was really on a downward spiral, and in many cases going backwards. So that was doing nobody any good. Going backwards or stalled out. No. So I come to the island. God had several angels in place just to serve me and to look over me and to nurse me back to health. I mean, literally the first month I was here, all I did was eat, sleep, and go to the beach. Breathe in the air, soak in the sun, put my feet in the sand, just drift off into the Hawaiian Pacific, which has so many healing properties. I'm telling you, this water has healing virtue. I guarantee you. Literally the first month I was here, all I did was eat, sleep, go to the beach. That was it. And when I say eat, not just eating anything, but literally God had people serving me, cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm just so full because God is amazing. He had people here, just one or two people in particular, but literally cooking full meals for me, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, serving me, bringing the food to the bed. I didn't even have to get up to eat it. I didn't even have to move. I was so tired and so drained and so worn out from the journey. People had taken advantage of my heart and my love and my gifts. They had taken advantage so bad that I felt like I was beyond repair. And I didn't even really know how bad off I was until I came and he set me down. And of course, in my mind, I gotta take off running. I gotta get in here. I gotta find a job. I gotta, try to get some contracts with God's Girl Entertainment. I gotta try to get some gigs. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. No. God said, sit down. Sit down. I mean, I think I was here for 2 weeks before I even checked in that I was here. Like, the only people that even knew that I was here was my prayer partners that I talked to, like on a consistent basis. They were the only ones that knew I was here. I just had to unplug and fall off the radar and let God do what he needed to do in me. So that was the first month that I was here, but there were people, I would wake up in the middle of the night. God had spoken to people to drop money in my PayPal or Cashapp, and that was keeping me going. The only thing I really, really needed to do was to, keep my cell phone paid, which is Aloha Witherspoon. Love you, sir. Prophet of God. I might get you to come on later if you want to share, say something on here. But if you feel like God is leading you to say something on here, let me know. I'd love to have you come on. But and then I hate asking, but there were times where God literally had me reach out. It was burning in me to ask this one for that, and I would ask that person, and within minutes they would be PayPaling me $200 and $300, not like $20-$30, $200-$300, things like that. And so he used people to sow and to give so that I could just rest and not be stressed about food. And it's interesting, I don't know if you all remember, last year God had dealt with me and he told me, do not get food stamps. And that was a season. In hindsight, I understand why. We'll go over that another time. But as soon as I got here, he told me to go get food stamps. I'm like, what? But whatever, I did it. And they do a 6-month review. So they literally just did the 6-month review. And although, I work and I'm not making a lot of money in the terms of Hawaii money, what it costs to live here. But I have a consistent income, working at a little insurance agency through my staffing agency. And then I also sing on the Star of Honolulu, which is awesome. And, still at random, people still sew here and there. But as far as work goes, I have a full-time position through the agency. And it started in the middle of September, and it was supposed to be a week. Now they're saying it's not going to end until the end of January. Whatever, I'm going to be there till y'all say it's over or God say it's over. And again, I said I work on the Star of Honolulu. So based on that, me being a single woman, no children, I actually just did my 6-month report with social services, and they canceled my food stamp benefit. They canceled it. How dare they? But that's a good thing, because that means that I'm in a place of increase. So it's all good. Because one thing y'all know about God's girl is that she ain't missing no meals unless she voluntarily turned down her plate. So anyway, that's so between people just sowing their seeds and serving me in that time, and also the food stamp benefit, that's how I was flowing with that first month. So where I was staying, I was there for a few months, and then there were some challenges, and the woman of God had opened her doors. She was having some challenges as well, and those doors ended up having to be closed for all of us. She was going through a tight time, and so before that could even happen, God had somebody volunteer, offer another place for me to live. And I'm like, okay, because I had really just started working. But either way, whether working or not is really neither here nor there. But because when God's favor is in operation, your paycheck means nothing. Nothing. Keep listening. So again, I was talking to a sister. We were just talking about random stuff, and I was just kind of mentioning how where I lived was kind of far from where I worked, because I was on the way west side of the island. It was almost a 2-hour bus ride into work, but at the same time, it was probably one of the most beautiful rides you ever want to take, because it was going along the west, the coast, the west side of the island. If you ever Google Waianae Coast, WAIANAE, I think. Ooh, downtown, y'all, they're cutting food already. The sun just went down. But we'll get the spelling later. But if you Google the Waianae Coast, it's one of the most beautiful sides of the island. It's where there's no livelihood over there. There's no Waikiki, no city lights and all of that. It's just island. You know, it's I call it Virgin Island. It's beautiful because it doesn't have all the commercialism and no tourism over there. Little, very little. So anyway, and I was just sharing with her how, it was just a bit of a challenge having to take that trip every day. And then she just offered for me to come transition to her place, which was much closer in. I'm like, well, okay, thank you. And so again, I didn't ask. She offered. God opened that door. I went there. It was amazing. It was peaceful. It was just she and her small baby. They didn't bother me. I didn't bother them. It was very peaceful, and it was a lot closer in. But the challenge with this place was, and again, she didn't charge me anything. The first person didn't charge me anything. She didn't charge me anything. But, I would give as I could and share as I increase, try to add on. The challenge with this place was, it was kind of like down in a bowl, in a valley. And it was about a 30-40 minute walk uphill to the bus stop, because I pretty much traveled by bus. So I had to take an Uber or a Lyft every day to and from the bus stop because of the fact that it was up this hill and down. There was no way, like in the mornings going to work, it would take me about an hour to make that walk. No way. By the time I got up the hill, I would be a sweaty mess, need another shower before going to work. And then at the end of the day, by the time I got out of work and ran errands and did whatever I needed to do, it would try to come back down the hill. It was so dark, I wouldn't dare want to take a walk like that, in the dark. So, but what God was showing me there, after a while I did calculations, I was spending about $500 a month on Uber. $500, but I didn't really think about it until about after a month. I was just led to go through my account and look at it, and I was like, dang, am I spending $500 a month just on Uber? Again, I didn't see that as an opportunity to complain like, oh, I'm spending all this on Uber. I became grateful that I actually had it. Like, wow, I had so many dry seasons financially. So, like, for years, dryness. And to do a calculation, do a budget, look at my account and go over the numbers and realize that I had spent $500 a month in Uber in addition to just still, living my life. I was like, wow, God, you're doing something here. Things are increasing. So, this particular sister was transitioning. So then that door was closing. She had to go, so we had to go. And then I'm like, the time kind of came around sooner than I thought it was. And I was like, okay, God, what do I do? Because I still didn't have, again, I said, I'm not making a lot of money, so I didn't have like anything saved for a deposit or whatever the case. Mind you, I came here at that point, it had been, because that was in October. So from the beginning of June, end of May to October, 5 months, 4.5 months, with $40. I came with $40, so it wasn't all that much I could accumulate on my salary in 5 months. But again, I'm like, God, what in the world? So I'm looking at places, I'm shopping, I'm on Craigslist, I'm on this site, that site, I'm going here, and I found some nice things, but they all wanted a deposit and first month rent and blah blah blah. For the most part here, people aren't so strict on credit checks. You can get some places and never do a credit check. I mean, it's a very interesting place, this island. But I ended up just sitting still one night like, okay, God, I'm just tired. I mean, this was just like days before I had to make a move. I said, come on, dude. Like, really? What? So he was like, text sister so-and-so. And I was like, why would I text her though? Here I am. He telling me, now I'm telling him. Because I'm hard-headed. Hashtag your neighbor and say she hard-headed. So I was like, God, but why would I text her? I already spoke to her when I came, and she said that the space was occupied. And he's like, text sister such and such. So I did, and sure enough, the place had been empty for months. And not even 24 hours later, I was moving in. And so now here I am living in a condo in downtown Honolulu, like right behind Chinatown, for anybody that's familiar, in a gated community. I mean, well, you got a 5-inch building, pool, jacuzzi, the whole 9 yards. Like, this place is schwanky, as they say. But it's time to move again. But just to back up a little bit, now this place, she wanted $800, and I was like, that's about the going rate in Hawaii to rent a room, $800, even to rent a couch. Welcome to Hawaii. But I was like, God, can I afford this $800? I said, I don't want to move into this woman's house. It ended up being on an eviction list for non-payment. But then God took me back. He was like, first of all, this is my bill to pay. These are the conversations that God has with me. He's reminding me about the full coverage. He's like, this is my bill to pay. It's your instruction to follow. I told you to text this woman. She opened the door. I'd already prepared her heart. Now, are you going to trust me to pay the bill like I paid that $500 Uber? You're the same little girl who came here 5 months ago with $40 and you're still here and doing well. Like, little girl, don't play with me. I'm like, okay. So, sure enough, I came and I didn't have to pay a deposit because I didn't have one. So she let me come without the deposit and without even the full first month rent. And like I said, I'm working with the agency, so they pay every week. So what she let me do is just break it up over $200 a week, and that's how I pay. So I've been paying $200 a week since the first week of October. So with that being said, I have not missed a payment. I have not been late. It was 2 months last week. And I haven't missed a beat on my life outside of paying rent. I'm still living my life, enjoying a great life on this island. And, I know a lot of people see me doing this and doing that, but it's not all the time because I have money. Like, I'll see a concert and then I'll get a Facebook notification seemingly out of nowhere where they're doing a buy one, get one free, or somebody's doing a contest to raffle off a free ticket. Just share this post or whatever. Like, most of the things you see me do, places you see me go, concerts, restaurants, whatever, I either found a coupon or God had somebody bless me with the meal or the event, or I won a ticket. That's how I get places. That's how I flow. That is the full coverage. When you're walking with God, He covers everything. It's just like a what is it? Like a stipend? What is it when your job sends you on a trip and they give you like a per diem? for the, yeah, like a per diem, like a voucher for, like, okay, yeah, he sent me to this 9 to 5, but that was for me to reestablish discipline and being on a schedule. It's more about that than it is about the money, because there have been seasons when I lived here back in 2011, I would wake up and there would be like $1,100 in my account. Money just showing up supernaturally by the thousands, but each season calls for something different, because I've been kind of like unstable in my timing and unstable in my, won't he do it every day, baby? What's up, L Book? Girl, we gotta talk. But each season calls for something different. And what I'm saying, I've been unstable in my living arrangements and unstable in this. And so he's using this 9 to 5 to help me reestablish discipline and, just timing and being more accountable for my time and things of that nature, because I was to building my business, and, I'm moving into some other things, ministry, business. So I need to get back in the flow. I need to have some consistency and some order, some discipline. I know what it's all about. And he may be dealing with some of you. I know there are many people connected to me, intercessors, that have been out of the workforce for several years, and God is sending them back in. I've seen maybe 5 people that I'm connected to that haven't hit a clock, and I don't know when, but they're in the season of hitting the clock. And I know it's to just get, shift the rhythm, get a rhythm going. So in any case, been paying this rent, no problem. Still living my life, still doing whatever. As a matter of fact, what's interesting is, it seems like since I've been paying this $800, it almost seems like I've even had more finances available to me. It's the craziest thing, to do other things, to catch up on some, just some things that I hadn't needed, that I had been just kind of like neglecting myself, because I really didn't have it. Or like I mentioned earlier, I would have it, but then people would come to me with their needs and I would give it away, as opposed to taking care of myself. So that's what's been going on with that. So in the meantime, and we're talking about full coverage here, just follow the text. I'm going somewhere. Who? Okay, I like that. Full coverage. I don't know if you all saw, I posted, maybe it's been a month now that I had gone into the doctor. It was just a little quick trip to the ER because a piece of wood chip, they call it kiawe. That's a Hawaiian word, but it's really mesquite, the wood chips like we use to barbecue, things of that nature. A piece of that wood chip had gone through my foot. Fortunately, it wasn't a long puncture, but still, my full weight went down on it, and it was painful. But I'm fine. Like now, I totally have no pain from it, so I'm healed. But I had recently applied for medical coverage through the state of Hawaii. It's called Quest, and they have HMSA or Kaiser or insurance. So I applied for medical through the state of Hawaii, and it had actually just kicked in a couple days before the incident happened with my foot. So I go to the ER, and I had given them my medical card and blah blah blah, and I didn't have to pay anything. I was like, oh, okay. And then they had put in a prescription for me. I go to put my prescription in and give them my medical card, and when I go to cash out the prescription, she was like, okay, thank you, Miss Lockett. Sorry you had to wait. I'm like, well, I'm sitting there with my wallet waiting to find out how much it costs. She was like, oh, it's $0, no copay. I was like, what? So I called the insurance people that Monday, because this happened like on a Saturday. I'm like, let me find out what's going on here. I called these people to discover that I have 100% medical coverage through the state of Hawaii. I didn't even know. I did not even No. Wow. Amen. Hey, Loretta. Yeah. Right. It's happening to a lot of his intercessors. That's what's going on. And plus, he's shifting a lot of his profits into the marketplace. But that's another whole nother lesson. But yeah, he's shifting a lot of his profits back into the marketplace. But you know about that. But I won't get no 100% medical in Virginia. I won't get 100 nothing. Matter of fact, when I was getting the Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare, it was still I couldn't afford it. I couldn't even afford Obamacare. It was craziness. So again, I'm here because God said so. He's required to take care of me. He knew the provisions that were outlined in this island. So now here I am with 100% medical coverage. In the past month, I have walked in and out of the doctors 6 times and have not spent one Abraham Lincoln. Not one Abraham. And in addition, now, y'all know me, I'm not taking all these medications they're prescribing, but the reality is they put them in, I picked them up. Not a penny. $0. Slap your neighbor and say $0. And I'm like, okay, God, what? So it was at that point that I realized I hadn't been to the doctors in some time because I didn't have medical. I said, let me go ahead and just make an appointment, get a primary care and get this body checked out. Because when I left my ex-husband back in 2013, I had an issue with fibroids. I found out, and I changed my diet, and it has shifted the effect of it. Oh, come on back. It come on my $0. You said, yeah, thank you, God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to be a mess while I'm pouring this out, but God is so phenomenal. He's blowing my mind every minute. Like, forget every day, every 2 seconds. Dude is blowing my mind. I'm like tripping. But in any case, I knew I had an issue with fibroids because I was having a heavy cycle, almost like an ongoing cycle, never ending, like the woman with the issue of blood. And so I changed my diet and it fixed the cycle. But the fibroids were obviously still there. But again, I was on my ex-husband's insurance, and then when I went back to follow up, he had canceled the insurance without letting me know. So there I was, just kind of like, well, at that point, the heavy cycle had subsided, so I figured, well, I was good. But come to find out, the cycle had shifted, but so had the fibroids. I actually just found out that, and I really didn't want to tell this. I had just told my mom, yeah, don't broadcast it on the social media and everything. Just walk this thing out. But God was like, God's Girl Unfiltered, I need you to go. I need you to go forth because people need to know what you're still praising me through. They need to know what you're worshiping me through. They need to know that there is nothing more important than being obedient to my voice. But because I was obedient, although I'm having these challenges again, I'm too encouraged to be discouraged. I have 100% medical, so whatever I have to do to fix the problem, I don't even have to worry about how it's going to be funded. So my point, I went to the doctor and found out that the fibroids have grown and increased. There's the ones that were there are bigger, and then there's additional company going on down in there. I also have a hernia. Oh, Paula, you're just a classic. I've been taking care of everybody else. But God sent me here to take care of me. And again, I had just gone for some routine blood work. This was last week, Thanksgiving. The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, the doctor, after she, felt like the fibroids had increased and it might have been a hernia or whatever, the primary care, they always order blood work just to see what's going on holistically throughout your body. I go get some blood work on that Tuesday morning. That Tuesday evening, I was at a band practice. This band worship music, they wanted me to kind of, sit in with them. So I was at the practice just trying to, chill for a minute to see how they flow. And my phone rings. It's the nurse practitioner. It's like, Miss Lockett, are you okay? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? He was like, well, your hemoglobin, which was my blood count, is a 5.8. If anybody knows, the standard is supposed to be a 12 to 15. Because unfortunately, since I've been here, the heavy cycle has returned. But I had really reintroduced some things to my diet that I should not have. And either way, it had to happen like this. So anyway, he was like, I'm surprised you're walking. You're fine. Like anybody with that low of a blood count should not be functional. They should be extremely drained, if not just totally wiped out. But God had been preserving me. Just, oh my God. What a worship would do for your life. Your worship will preserve you. Your seeds will preserve you. The seeds I had sown, taking care of other people, making sure they got to their doctor's appointments and whatever was preserving me. So he was like, well, look, I just want to strongly encourage you to get in the ER tonight and get a blood transfusion. I'm like, a blood transfusion? I don't want nobody else's blood other than Jesus, but I'm like, God, what in a blood transfusion? And that totally freaked me out. But again, too encouraged to be discouraged because I'm fully covered. I was like, okay, well, thank you. Boom, I took the information. So the fact that I was in the midst of a worship practice, that just blessed me because I, came off the phone and they could see that my countenance had changed, and I shared with them what happened. And they just started praying for me, and then we just continued to worship and sing, do a few songs. And I sent out a few messages, to the family, the group of people God has sent to cover me while I'm here. And I didn't get a response right away as to who could come. I wanted somebody to sit with me. I didn't need them to, but who wants to be in a hospital all night getting blood pumped in them by themselves? So I come home and just kind of get comfortable. The hospital is probably not even a good 5-minute ride from me. I could walk there if I wasn't so fat and lazy. But I got myself together, took the bus on down there, and then sure enough, about midnight, they were about to plug me up to this blood. And again, a very dear friend that God planted, an angel that God planted in this island to look after me, he walks in the door literally right before these people plugged me up to this blood. And it was about a 4.5, 5-hour process. We talked and laughed up until maybe about the last hour. I was hungry, they fed me, so the itis kicked in, so I fell asleep for that last hour, and so did he. So even though I wasn't feeling bad per se, some things are kind of weird, but I wasn't feeling bad. Those 2 bags of blood was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I felt amazing afterwards, amazing. Whew, I can't even. I'm about to be there a week. Can I get a bag? Let me get a bag. So at that point, even though, they monitor you very closely, they say typically if there's going to be any reaction, it's going to be while it's happening, almost immediate, but no reaction or whatever. But still, just kind of nervous about it all and not wanting to too much think about what all was going on with my body at that time. And so I told my friend, and he actually had a procedure right after me. So I just kind of hung out there with him because he needed somebody to sign him out, and he didn't want to ask me to sign him out because he figured that I had to be at work, but I was already off work because I was dealing with my own thing. So it was just a perfect plan that God had in place. So after he finished his thing, I was like, look, I'm inviting myself to your house for Thanksgiving. He's like, okay, come on. So we went in. I came home to, just put a little bag together, and I guess my bag on the regular. Bag lady. That's funny. So while I was getting my things together at home, he went to the grocery store to kind of pick up a few things. This man is from New Orleans, Louisiana, and he cooks just like that. Oh my God, Jesus. I literally have my own personal chef on this island. Y'all know I love to eat. So, he went to pick up some food, and I'm saying this is a friend. Nobody trying to be extra and be all over me and anything indecent. A friend, a true friend, just an angel. I said, you're my aloha angel. And that was Wednesday. I literally spent Wednesday from Wednesday to Saturday at his house. Again, he's cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We stopped at a store right before he got to his house, and I had this coupon in my purse, in my wallet. It had been there for months. I didn't even know. That thing translated into a 15-pound turkey, a free turkey. And, he was having a little bit of challenges with his finances, and he was like, he wanted a turkey and all, but it wasn't working out that way. We came home with a turkey. When I tell you, after we got to the house, I just refreshed myself, took a shower, whatever, and just laid down. Literally, I go to this person's house and I don't do nothing. He literally lets me just do nothing. And I ask myself, why do you let me come here and do this? He's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. He's like, I just feel like my purpose and my assignment is to serve you and make sure you're okay. So just rest. I'm retired. What I do? I don't do nothing, but go to school. So you go to work 40 hours. Sometimes you work your second job. You're always moving. You got to rest. And that's why you're here. So I'm like, thank you. And I know I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, 3, 4 in the morning. Man, Marlon, let me tell you something, sir. That's all I got. I just don't even know no better no more. I'm brain fried. I don't know no better. Crazy. But brother, thank you. I appreciate the encouragement. I appreciate it. I've definitely just been using the muscle. We all have our measure. You just got to exercise it, So the muscle has definitely increased throughout the years. Sometimes I scare my own self when I do stuff, but because my spirit man is so strong, so much stronger, than my thought process, that it'll just move before I do it. I'm like, girl, what in the world you just did? What? You just came to Hawaii with $40? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Yeah, I spaz out like that all the time. Yeah. But this man gets up in the middle of the night, 3, 4 in the morning, cooking turkey and baked macaroni and cheese and baked beans and corn and da-da-da-da-da. He knows that I don't eat beef or pork, and I stopped eating poultry for a while, but it was hard when I got here. So I had to kind of reintroduce poultry, but I'm not about to. It's canceled again. I'm going to deal with these fibroids holistically before I make a decision to let them cut on me. But and with that being said, the root doctor, look y'all, Jamal E. Robinson, the root doctor, y'all follow him. He's in the 757 Herbal Market. Well, he's global. I just made my order for my detox package and fibroid reversal kit. Y'all got any health issues or just preventative, hit up Jamal E. Robinson, the Herbal Market. But he's physically located in the 757, but he travels all over and he can ship whatever you need to wherever you need. So by the time I got up, 10, 11 o'clock, Thanksgiving morning. We had Thanksgiving like brunch. Oh my God, when I tell y'all, I probably had the best turkey. Don't tell my mama this. Mom, if you watching, I'm sorry. But this is God's Girl Unfiltered, and I gotta tell the truth now. This ain't no slight on your turkey and your cooking, because you know you can cook. God knows I ain't missed no meals in my life, and I thank you. But I cannot lie. This is like the best turkey I ever ate in my life. Like, the best. And it was, I'm not even a turkey fan, but this bad boy was buttery and just savory. Oh God, it was amazing. It was a miracle turkey. I didn't know that coupon was sent in my purse. It was going to be a free turkey on Thanksgiving. I didn't know. So we enjoyed that. And then someone had invited him over. So later that afternoon, we went there and enjoyed some things. And I was saying, when he cooks for me, he does not put any beef or pork or anything anywhere near the situation. Like, the meals are tailor-made to my diet. I'm like, wow, it's just amazing. And then I just still rested, slept, laughed, ate, rested. Then Saturday night we went out to this little yacht club event, a little networking event, had a good time. Came back, slept, ate, and I literally was like going to his place. Look, on the other side of the island. It's in a very cute, quiet, cozy neighborhood. I literally had a retreat within a retreat. Like, I live in paradise. I can go to the beach every day if I want to. I go most days. I don't post it all the time because it just be too much. But I go to the beach almost every day. I do, especially when it's not raining. This is the winter. So in the winter in Honolulu, it's rainy and it's cool. So I haven't been so much over the past few weeks. But I literally on a retreat within a retreat, and God did that for me, and He used this man of God to provide that for me. He just did. So that was the whole After the Bag chronicle, and I was feeling fine, no reactions, boom. So then of course, I had to go for the X-rays. The doctor had ordered X-rays in addition to the blood work. So it was just this past Wednesday that I went for the X-rays, and sure enough, it was just what she thought. And then some. I have at least 3 fibroids. One of them is like the size of a little baby head. Y'all pray for me. I'm just as ignorant as they come. How in the world I got daggone fibroid the size of a little baby head? Might as well have a baby. Lord. And I ain't practicing baby making, but dang. So, and then some other little miscellaneous ones. And then, of course, I told you about the hernia. So I go for the follow-up appointment on Mondays to let the doctor tell me that she want to chop on me. But again, I'm going to, my first recourse is to fight it with herbs and food, and whatever. So I'm just believing God to do a miracle in my body. And even if I end up having to have surgery, that's a miracle within itself. Because again, it'll be a surgery that I got to pay for. Ain't gonna pay a dime. What? So in the midst of all of that, again, I feel fine. I just gotta, go through the process. I have to move again. I know y'all see me posting about this amazing condo that I live in. It's beautiful. However, and God bless her, and I don't make fun or light of this, the sister that I rent from also lives here, and the thing ain't stable. And so we've had some challenges. Long story short, a lot of petty nothings, really. Yeah, that is a friend. He's a great friend. Just a lot of petty little misunderstandings and just lack of real communication. And long story short, a couple weeks ago, she called the police on me because I was in her way. She's like real controlling and OCD and just OC stuff. Just a lot of stuff. And real bossy and Long story short, I was just kind of like in her way in the kitchen, and she literally picked a fight on me, picked a fight with me, and you know, I'll be 40 in June. I have never been in a fist fight. Never, like, I don't have these type of relationships with people, and I can count on my hands how many times I have like gone off and cursed somebody out because I don't have those type of conversations with people. But when properly provoked, oh, I got some languages for you. Talking about some tongues, some unknown tongues. Oh, I got some for you. Sometimes it's even surprising to me, like, what? That just came out of my mouth. Ugh. But I realize that when I'm around people that can push me there, then I have to disconnect myself from those people because they have the capability to take me somewhere that I don't typically like to go. But I'm capable. So don't try me. But it's kind of in her way, and so when she started running her mouth, she just kept going and going. Like, look, calm down, calm down. Nah, she wanted to keep going and going, so I gave it to her. Like, I gave it to her. This woman comes back to the door with the police. Fortunately, I wasn't the victim of another Black Lives Matter movement. Fortunately, I'm in Hawaii where the cops are very non-aggressive. They don't, not all that crazy stuff. Because A, she's a white woman in a wheelchair and a black woman with a super throat. So, you know, it really could have gone another way. Yeah, and I'm really believing God that this living alone is here. Like, I'm really on God. Just can it be? I haven't had my own place in 11 years. I'm tired. I'm tired because people are just not nice and they're mean for no reason. They just mean. So, in any case, I after the police came and left and everything settled down, I get an email. Hashtag Wednesday, I get an email about an hour later that reads, "You obviously don't like me or want to respect my home or whatever. So you're evicted." As of like the 15th, which was on that happened on a Friday. The 15th was that coming Wednesday. And that was based upon the fact that, yes, right, exactly. That was based upon the fact that I pay her weekly. I don't get it. I'm like, what? Now, mind you, let's back up a little bit. Before she came in and picked that fight, she was church. And when she came in the house, I was making a salad, blasting worship music. So, what's happening? What is going on? So anyway, she sends the email, and my response was, wow, you know, first you pick a fight, then you call the cops on me, and then this eviction. I said, you are an amazing woman of God. The Lord must be so pleased with you. And then I sent her a picture of the lease and highlighted where it read she had to give me 45 days. So I submit to you, brothers and sisters, is that she can't read, or did she think that I can't read, or did she not think I was going to have enough sense to go read the lease, or I don't know. However, hashtag your neighbor and say, she tried it. So literally 45 days is Christmas Day. Literally Christmas Day. And for those that know me, know I'm not real big on celebrating the holidays and getting to all of that. I just don't, for several reasons. However, it was interesting to me that I have an eviction for Christmas Day. It's almost, I felt like God is saying, but baby, I have a gift for you. I have a special gift for you. So although here I am again with not enough money for a deposit and first month's rent and all of that, and also potentially having a surgery on the horizon, and all these various multiple chronicles, I'm still just like, God, I know you got it. You led me to where I am. You led me from where I was before that. I'm like, everything, every step I take right now is led by you. So I'm not going to be worried about it. Now, trust me, I'm doing my due diligence and combing Craigslist and different, I'm doing, asking around, of course. I'm not going to just sit back and not, unless now there have been times, why they making all that noise? There have been times when God was just like, stop it. I got this. Just stop it. But he's not dealing with me like that, because what's happening in my quest to, find what I'm looking for, I'm making other discoveries, encountering other people. My network is increasing. It's so many, great things are coming out of the search. So, it's all craziness, but I see God's hand in all of it. So for the past month, where y'all still see me singing and worshiping and posting and smiling, and it's all real, trust it. However, life is still happening, but God is still worthy to be praised. And that's the thing that he really wants us to keep in mind, that he's still God. Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. I almost even feel like, the way they describe how these fibroids are in me, that it's like I'm even going to give birth to these things. It's interesting that you said that. It's so, but he's still worthy to be praised. I cannot come on to social media and start acting sappy just because it's rough. But at the same time, I know that it's God ordained. Just because you are in a hard season, just because things are like upside down looking crazy right now, does not mean that God is not with you. So I just want to beg and encourage you to discern what you see, because we walk by faith and not by sight. So make sure you are discerning what you see properly. Don't be fooled by what you see. Just be convinced by what you know. Whatever God promised you, be convinced by that. Be sold out to the word that God gave you for your life. Be sold out to that. Be fully committed to that, because if I was not, I would have lost my mind already and missed the mark on this island. I might be in a tent on the side of the road if I just fell out and got bent all out of shape every time a challenge came. But I just had to take a deep breath and be like, okay, wait a minute, God, hold up. These are the conversations I have with me, myself, and God. I'm like, okay, all right. The steps of the righteous are ordered by you. I know I'm the righteous, so wherever I find myself right now, whether I like it, love it, hate it, I know that you are not surprised. I'm surprised, but you're not surprised. This did not catch you off guard. So with that being said, all things work together for the good of them that love God and are the called according to his purpose. And I am all of the above. So this too will work out for my good. And I just have to stay calm and remain stable and steady in my mind and in my spirit, so I can hear it, so I can see it. So when the instruction comes, I can catch it. When the door opens, I see it. When the window, when the provision falls, because sometimes it might not always come how you think it's coming, or it might not look how you thought it should look. They thought Jesus was coming in a Bentley. He came on a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? So don't be deceived by what you see. Be confident in what you know. And you know that God is with you. So those are the chronicles with the housing, what's going on with my health. But in the meantime, I feel amazing. I just, I am overwhelmed by God. Like, literally the faith of a child. I can't even all the way articulate how I feel right now. And it's not just an emotional, it's it's a daily steadiness, a daily just continuity of thought, and just knowing that I am on a firm foundation, although what I see says that I am completely unstable. My world is caving in. What I literally see with my natural eyes, everything is in a chaos. But because the spirit realm is where I live, and I know that's where it all begins, in the spirit, I'm firm, I'm steady. Mentally, I'm firm, I'm steady. And when that is firm, you cannot be moved. I don't care if you do, or I do, or whatever, end up homeless in the street. When this is steady, you cannot be moved. I cannot be convinced otherwise that God is not with me, and the plan for my life is phenomenal. After 6 months of being on this rock, and coming with $40 in my pocket, and to live how I'm living now, how I've been living over these months. Yep, exactly. That is what's sustaining. Even if tomorrow I should find myself on the curb, just what has happened in these 6 months cannot be denied. Period. It cannot be denied. So that's the 6-month report. God's Girl is still in the building, aloha style. I'm just resting in God. No matter what happens, I'm resting in God. And no matter what happens, always trying to look at it from the positive. There's always something positive to extract from what appears to be a negative. That's the beauty of walking with God. That's the beauty. There's always a lesson. There's always a teachable moment. I'm learning to say that instead of saying I'm going through, as we so frivolously say, I'm going through. I'm learning how to say I'm growing through. I'm growing through. And my life has changed so much in these 6 months, where although I'm technically alone, I don't have any family here, but there are people, of course, that God has assigned to me that, we function as a family unit, like the brother I told you that was taking care of me, and God uses me to take care of him. Like we look out for each other. And there are a handful of other people here, that we cover each other. But, okay, give me a moment. But, technically, I'm here by myself. But at the same time, okay, a butt dial. But at the same time, I feel more connected than I did when I was in my technical home, when I was in Virginia. Okay, I got you. This is the place of peace and serenity, prosperity, and increase, restoration, and on that God had designed for me. And I had to be obedient. So I just want to encourage you, whatever God is telling you to do. Oh my God, I don't care. I don't care how crazy, how ludicrous it sounds. Those that are willing will eat the land. Those that are willing and obedient will eat the land. So that's the 6-month report. Still on the throne. And God's Girl is still in the building. It must be my time. And now we're in my time. And I just is led so into the GodzGrlEnt Unfiltered movement, to sow into my life. Yeah, I noticed. I said it must be time to go. Please feel free to sow. All of my PayPal and Cashapp and all that info is the caption. All is in the caption. But more importantly than that, please continue to pray for me. I know I make it look so good on this social media, and it's good. Trust me. There's no front. There's no front. But you know, life life is still in this life, and it's not without challenges. An enemy desire to sift me. But I'm free now.